it's all about exploring my own personality, my own personhood. Art for me is a work of personality, period. I was born in 1935 in Satu Romania. At the outbreak of World War II, we moved to Canada, and then we moved to California, where an uncle was our sponsors. From there, Cleveland, Ohio, and by that time I was 10 years old. I became very much aware of and interested in painting. They sponsored classes, what they call gallery classes for children. We went into each of the galleries with our crayons and were inspired to work from the masterpieces from El Greco to Braque. And that was my first kind of semi-formal introduction to art. I made my decision to be an artist in high school, actually. I was trained as a musician. I was studying violin with the assistant concertmaster of the Cleveland Symphony Orchestra, and I was projected to be an orchestra fiddler, of which I wanted no part. And I wanted to be an artist, so I was going to Saturday classes, actually, at the Cleveland Institute of Arts. So I simply continued there. I became a full-time student, graduating from high school at the Cleveland Institute of Art. I spent 4 years studying there, and in particular with Louis Boza, who had come from New York. He himself had been a student of John Sloan, and he taught at the Art Students League, and he brought a lot of kind of a bit of New York with him to Cleveland. And I was a figurative painter in the kind of, not in the Ashcan school tradition of John Sloan and Louis Boza, but a figurative painter. Then I finished up in Cleveland, and fellow student friend Richard Aniskevich told me about Joseph Albers at Yale, and I followed up on that and went to Yale. I was placed in the 4th year in the School of Art and received my BFA that year. Stayed on to do graduate work at Yale with Albers. Albers always invited his exact opposite from New York abstract expressionist gang to New Haven, and so my thoughts about painting kind of seesawed between a kind of expressionist and a more constructivist, shall we call it, form. For me, to continue painting is to explore the personal, that painting is a function of personality. Something that both Albers and John Cage, two of my favorites, have said no, but I say yes. Anyway, I call myself a formalist without borders. With these works are equal part inspired by John Cage, as well as Albers and Matisse, and they're more exploration than they are invention. I tweak them and compose them until they become my own. This part of the painting is painted on the floor. This part of the painting is painted standing up. Painted on the floor, and like Jackson Pollock, I have no contact with the canvas. There's no hand pushing these colors around. They come out of the bottom. Then I throw a piece of plastic over the top, run a roller over it. I have no idea what it's going to give me, and pull up the plastic. Ta-da! In these paintings, I want to relinquish control, except in one area, and that's in color. I studied with Joseph Albers, after all. And Joseph Albers is so often referred to as a theoretician. He was not a theoretician. He taught a course at Yale called color. Not color theory, color. And there were theoreticians included in the course, but he was not the theoretician. It included Isaac Newton, Weber Fechner, the Gestalts, etc. But Joseph Albers was a painter, and when he talked about painting, he talked about making a painting. I said, well, it tastes a little bit of this, it tastes a little bit of that. It's like making a stew. These are a little bit of a response, a reaction, kind of a perverse reaction to the kind of Gestaltum that I was raised in at Yale. And so I'm the anti-Gestalt. I'm going to have it both ways. See if I care. So, but also the other thing is here's a Newtonian principle of equal and opposite reaction happening in one piece, and that they should, if this all works out the way I think it should work out, these are opposite poles that energize one another.